Right, Kempulapuli, nguloyiso ke lophumayo apho esithi seasons. All right, ke njengoba menithembisile ndathenza khangela pha ke ubhuti uTshepo Serokolo osuka pha ke Raizcorp. Simbambile ke ngoku ke apha emnxebeni Kempulapuli sibone nje ukuba siyaphumela napha kwela cala lakhe. Tshepo, let me greet you and welcome you to our program.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for having me. Good afternoon to you and your listeners.
Thank you. I'd like to give you this opportunity just to briefly introduce yourself and also introduce Raizcorp.
So my name is Tshepo Serokolo and I work for Raizcorp. Raizcorp is a business incubator. I'm working from the head office in Johannesburg, but we have branches all over the country. We are in a business that helps entrepreneurs or businesses develop and grow.
All right. Now, can you just tell us how do you exactly help entrepreneurs to accelerate their businesses?
So there's a lot of, there's a what we call a phenomena. There's a problem that we've realized in the market, and where out of every 100 businesses, and I'm not saying this to scare anyone, but out of every 100 businesses that are started, guess how many will see year number 10? Can you take a guess?
Let's say 3.
Almost there, only 4.
Okay, then I'm a good guesser.
Yeah, so out of those 100 businesses that are started, only 4 will see year number 10. The rest of them, some of them will not go beyond year number 2. Some of them will not go beyond year number 5. It's not witchcraft. It's just how it is. That's how things are. So it's a problem that we have realized as Raizcorp, that it cannot be that people with good intentions start their businesses. Some even take loans. Some sell things. Some resign from their work, place of work to start these businesses, but they fail. So we have designed different programs that help entrepreneurs to really learn how business works, but in the center of it, show them how and what type of characteristics or what type of mindset and character is needed to run a business. Because business is nip up and place. It's a career. It's a very interesting career.
All right. Thank you, Tshepo. Now, as I was going through your pages and also searching you guys online, I realized that you guys have a number of programs that you offer to entrepreneurs. But I just want you to tell us more about the enterprise and supplier development, the ESD programs that you guys execute.
So we have different types of programs. So we call them products, let's call them programs, where companies or corporates will come to us and say, look, we have people that either in our communities that we are working in that need support. So these are small businesses that need encouragement, or they need things like financial systems, or maybe marketing strategies, sales strategies, and then they need help because they can see potential in these businesses. And sometimes you find that those businesses actually are doing business with these companies. So now they fail because, let's say, for example, you give me a contract to come and do something for you. And then instead of servicing the contract, I'm servicing my personal lifestyles, Or maybe I really want to service the contract, but I have not learned some of the tricks and trades of business. So then I fail. And then that is embarrassing to the person that gave you the job because the contract is not finished. So now they come to us and say, look, we want you to go and look for businesses, that entrepreneurs that are very serious about business. Teach them how to do this business thing very well. So that when we procure from them, when we do business with them, at least we know that they will continue to become good suppliers and finish our contracts. But in return, we're also helping them to develop them to become professional. Because there's a lot of entrepreneurs that get into business because it's a skill, is what they love, but they don't have that business acumen or that business thinking. So we help them to create that infrastructure that will help them to create businesses. So there's two things. One, the companies might come with the people that are on their supply chain, or sometimes they might say, go and look for businesses that can do business with us. But the condition is that you must teach them how to do business, because we want suppliers that actually do the type of business that we want.
All right.
So we start these ones from
Okay, sorry.
sorry. So there's startups. So some of them come in with an idea. They don't have a business at all, but they've got a potential. So we've got programs for startups. And then we've got programs for businesses that have been trading for about 6 months to about 3 years. And then we've got programs for businesses that have been trading for more than 5 years. And all they want is they've got the foundation. Now they want to scale. They want to now move into bigger contracts. So we don't just work with people that are already in business, but from ideation, idea to already trading, and the ones that really want to shoot up and grow.
All right. Now that you mentioned your location, that you are based in Johannesburg, I just want to know if you guys reach out to people who are in other provinces, or you only work with people who are from Johannesburg.
So we currently have different branches in the country, and we have one now in Gqeberha, where there's a full team there, and it's made out of, and I'll explain to you who these people are. Then we've got one in Durban, one in Emalahleni, we've got one in Katu in the Northern Cape, we've got one in Tanzania, and then we've got another one in Angola. So these are some of the branches that we have in the country. How this thing is done is like this. So an entrepreneur will come into Raizcorp. They'll enjoy two things that are going to help them build their business. The first one is we've got learning courses where now they are taught different things, whether it's finance, sales, marketing, strategy, personal development as well. So those are courses. And then we also have opportunities for them to present and pitch. So we've got what we call simulations, where we'll pretend to have a board meeting, or some of them will pretend to be an investor presentation, where we teach them that if you want to go out there and find an investor and pitch them for them to buy into your business, what type of questions can they ask you? So you sit there, you'll have a panel of panelists, and they ask you questions about your business. We also have other simulations or platforms where the same entrepreneurs will come now. We pretend now to become procurement. So if you go into a certain company and ask for business, what do the procurement panel ask you? We ask you so many questions. What type of documentations do you have? Compliance, vision, and all of those things. And then we also now, on the other side, have what we call guiding. So a lot of people would call this mentorship or coaching, but we call ourselves guides because we don't tell you what to do. We help you look at different options and help you to choose the right option. Then in that guiding space, we've got sales guide. So the sales guide helps you to find the best sales strategy for your business. And then we've got the marketing guide, who helps you to find the best marketing strategy for your business. And then we've got a strategy guide, who helps you to find the best operational strategy. What type of markets can you go into? What type of people can you hire? What type of equipment should you need? If the bank asks you if you go to the bank and you're asking for funding, for example, there's a finance guide who helps you to create a funding model to say, I would need 1 million rand. This is what I'm going to be using it for. And so that you can be able to have a better conversation with these people. So there's guiding and then there's learning. These are the two key things that we do at Raizcorp for our entrepreneurs. That's how we support them so that they don't become part of the 96% of businesses that fail.
Okay, it's very clear. Let's talk about investment and investors. Now that you said you guys guide them on how to pitch and everything like that, my following question was going to be, do you guys invest in their businesses, or do you offer some kind of funding, or do you go out there and look for funding, or go out there and look for investors for your entrepreneurs?
So remember earlier I said that we don't do for them because we don't want to create what we call tame lions. You know, when they leave the incubator, they can't do anything because we are no longer there. You know, so what we do is we help them to create a business that is attractive to funding. So they'll have good systems. For example, some come in here using a book, you know, as a as their spreadsheets and everything else. So we teach them how to use things like Sage, where they can start to do financial, stuff. We teach them to use certain systems like simple things like, IT systems, recruitment systems. And then from there, those things help them to become attractive, because when the banker or investor comes into your business, they want to know something. They want to know, one, is there a market? All right. So we teach them marketing strategies. What are you going to be selling to the market? We help them to come up with products that are going to be viable for the market. And then they'll ask you, how much money do you have? If you want me to give R1 million rent, do you know what you're going to do with the money? We help them to do with the financial calculations. Then we've got people that we work with. We don't fund, by the way, but we've got people that we work with that we sometimes just say, look, here's a business is doing very well. We've tested it. If you give them a grant or funding, they are conducive. They are eligible for that. So there are people that we work with, but we don't ask for funding for them. We don't give funding, but we take your business, help you to package it in a way that if you were to take it to them, they can be able to give you funding. But you still have to sell. You still have to sell. That's why we have those presentations twice a year. They come and present their business to a sort of potential investor, and they also come and present their business to a simulation where we pretend to be a procurement panel.
Okay, Tshepo, before I let you go, I just want you to share your contact details. Where can people find Raizcorp?
So Raizcorp, if you can go to www.raizcorp.com, RAIZcorp.com, www.raizcorp.com. Our head office number is 011-566-2000. I'm not sure how far you are from PE, but we've got a branch there. Is it very far? Yeah,
Yes,
my apologies. But here's another opportunity that entrepreneurs, we find opportunities in problems. Because of COVID, we have now moved some of our learning sessions to become online or digital. Okay. So just like I'm speaking to you right now over Zoom, that's how I'm a guide as well. So I guide some of my entrepreneurs on strategy, sales, and personal development. So I do such guiding with people. They can be, I've got clients that are in Emarasheni, some are in Durban, some are in Tanzania, and I'm sitting here. So there are programs that currently we are moving to digital, where we can do learning distance learning, or we can do a guiding over the distance. So do not be despaired and say, oh, because I'm there, they can't help me. Just give it a try. And if in that particular time there is an opening and you apply and then they take you, that you can do some of these courses online. All and right, remember something, sorry, before I go. The companies who are paying for this as part of it's some sort of a bursary. So you are not going to pay. The companies are paying for this. Sometimes they might ask you to pay just to apply. I think it's about 300 rand or something like that, just to apply. But this bursary, some of them are worth R1 million, some of them are worth 400,000 rands for you to be here for the whole year. So really, it's a huge opportunity that someone is saying, look, I want to uplift my entrepreneurs, because the more entrepreneurs that are doing well, the less the load on the government to provide. So if you now start your business and maybe you were on a grant from SASSA, now you start a business and then now you are off the SASSA. Then you're giving someone else a chance to get the SASSA. Now you're creating your own business. And remember, with us as Black people as well, one person, normally their salary is split up to between 5 and 10 people. Finally, auntie is taking care of 2 kids and this other one and this other one. So every business that is started is important because it's precious. So if I have a business and I've got 3 employees, 1 employee might be taking care of 5 people. So 3 people, my business is helping 15 people, including my family. You see what I mean? So it's very, very important to think of it that way.
Yeah. All right. I think you've enlightened us a lot, Tshepo. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for being with us today.
I really appreciate this. I wish we could do this again. I wish I could engage with your listeners if they've got any other questions. But my email address is Tshepo, Tshepos, raizcorp.com. If anyone wants to ask me a question, they can send it to me. If I can answer it, I can send it to marketing. But yeah, I can answer to the best of my ability. Thank you very much for the
I'll make
privilege.
sure to forward the questions also if they do come.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the
Have a good
privilege,
day.
and good luck with your program and your station.
Thank you. Right, Skempulapulu Visera FM, Tshepo Serokolo ke lowo.
Be sure to follow us on all our social media platforms. Siyafumaneka ku Facebook on Vukani Community Radio, your Krusani District Broadcaster. Sikwakhona ku Twitter na ku Instagram @Vukani FM, or simply live stream with us on www.vukanifm.org.
Right, Mpulapula Visera FM, Tshepo Serokolo lo uphumayo esuka pha ke Raizcorp esitsho ke ukuba bona eyona mission yabo nevision yabo kukuncedisa ke osomashishini esitsho ukuba abakhethanga otheni nawo bancedisa osomashishini abasakhasayo nabasakhulayo bayabancedisa ke nosomashishini abasele bezimele. Mphulaphula utshilo ke wathi banazo ke i-branches banayo ke i-branch nalapha kwiphondo lethu leMpuma Koloni ipha ke Gqeberha kodwa watsho ke ukuba singoyiki ngenxa ye-distance sithi ikude zikhona ii-programs ezi-online abathi baziofarishe umntu ke ongenamdla okanye ongenandlela yokuba abe kanti uyakhona phaa ke eGqeberha angathi abe kanti ke yena uenrola kuzo. Utshilo ke wathi bayancedisa kakhulu koosomashishini so that uyishape ibhizinesi yakho ibe ibhizinesi enikisa umdla kwii-investors, ibe ibhizinesi enikisa umdla nakubantu abaye bathi bakhuphe i-funding so that uthi xa usiya phayana ube sowuzilungiselele bayakulungiselela ke nangemibuzo enothi uyibuzwe phayana xa uyophitsha, bayakulungiselela ngemibuzo onothi uyilindele xa ufuna uaplayela i-funding, ii-documents eziye zibe kanti ziyadingeka mhlawumbi xa uzawuthi wena ube uaplayela i-funding. Bayakuncedisa nge-marketing strategy yakho, zinintsi ke izinto azibaliluleyo nezinto azikhankanyileyo abathi babe kanti ke babancedisa ngazo osomashishini abaye bathi ke babe registered phayana kubo ke. Utshilo ke wathi iba yibhasari so you don't pay for anything, mhlawumbi into othi uye uyibhatalele i-application fee kodwa ke enye nenye ke iye ibhatalelwe ke ngabanye osomashishini abanomnqweno wokubona abanye osomashishini bekhula futhi ke bephuhla. So utshilo ke uTshepo phayana wathi if nina ninomdla ukuba nibe kanti ke nincokola nabo okanye mhlawumbi ikhona into ofuna uyibuza okanye ikhona into ofuna uyilandelela ungathi ubajonge phaa ke ku-www.raizcorp.com okanye ubatsalela umnxeba phaa ku-011 566 2000 011 566 2000 okanye umthumelele i-email kutshepo@raizcorp.com tshepo@raizcorp.com. Nanku Zahara isithi rise